Are you struggling with a memory leak in TensorFlow? You're not alone. This is a common issue that can really slow down your projects. Today, we're going to dive into this problem and find a solution together. I totally get how frustrating it can be when your code runs fine, but then suddenly starts consuming more and more memory. It's like watching a balloon inflate until it pops. You're definitely not the only one facing this challenge. Let's take a closer look at the specific issue at hand. One user mentioned that they followed advice from Stack Overflow to fix a memory leak in TensorFlow, but it didn't work for them. They created a simple example to demonstrate the problem. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what exactly is happening here? The user is experiencing a memory leak even after closing the TensorFlow session and resetting the default graph. This can be tricky, but understanding the underlying mechanics of TensorFlow can help us troubleshoot effectively. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a crucial tip that can help you avoid memory leaks in the future. To address the memory leak issue, the user should first ensure that they are using the latest version of TensorFlow. This can often resolve underlying bugs that may contribute to memory leaks. Next, the user should modify the build model function to include proper session management. Instead of closing the session manually, they can use a context manager to ensure that resources are released correctly. Additionally, the user should consider using TensorFlow's eager execution mode. This mode allows for more dynamic computation and can help mitigate memory issues. Finally, the user should regularly monitor memory usage during model training and evaluation. This can help identify any potential leaks early on. Fun fact, did you know that TensorFlow was originally developed by researchers and engineers from the Google Brain team? It's come a long way since then, but memory management can still be a challenge. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution provided by another user suggests that the memory leak issue may be due to using TensorFlow version 0.11. They recommend upgrading to TensorFlow version 0.112 or later, as this version resolves the bug. Additionally, they advise calling tf.contrib.keras.backend.clear session at the end of your model building to help manage memory usage. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution comes from another user who faced a similar memory leak issue with TensorFlow. They found that the TensorFlow callback hooks were causing the problem. Specifically, they removed the TensorBoard callback from their model training, which resolved the memory consumption issue. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative solution suggests that the memory leak may be due to initializing the global variables multiple times within the session. The user points out that if the loop is outside the session, the variables are only initialized once, preventing memory accumulation. Additionally, the user mentions that creating a new graph each time can also contribute to the memory issue. They recommend removing the graph creation to use the default graph instead, which may help manage memory more effectively. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative approach to address the memory leak in TensorFlow is to avoid creating a new graph and session for every iteration. Instead, define the graph once and pass the session to your iterative logic. This prevents the creation of new graphs and helps manage memory more effectively. Additionally, be mindful of when you create operations. Keep the creation of operations distinct from their execution. This is especially important in interactive environments like Jupyter Notebooks, where rerunning cells can create abandoned operations. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution to the memory leak issue in TensorFlow is to upgrade to the recent stable version, TensorFlow 1.15.0. This user found that after running their code in this version, there was almost no memory leak. They noted significant performance improvements in both TensorFlow 1.15 and TensorFlow 2.0, which may help resolve memory issues. Here's the tip I promised. Always ensure that you are managing your sessions and graphs properly. This can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. By following these steps, you should be able to tackle memory leaks in TensorFlow effectively. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.